So, as most of you know, the U.S. Army was formed more than 2 centuries ago and has had a profound effect on the lives of Americans ever since. After serving nearly 4 years in the military, I've come to realize just how great an impact the Army can have on a person's life, or in my case, the lives of an entire family. The Army not only protects our nation from threats inside and outside our borders, it also conducts many humanitarian efforts in other nations, and it provides financial and educational support to its service members. We live in a free country, despite what some members of the media may try to tell us. This is a fact and not an opinion. We owe a lot of the freedoms that we have today in large part due to the efforts of the U.S. Army. As I stated before, they protect our nation from... first of all, they help to combat prevent hostile nations from attacking our borders, and they also safeguard our nation from terrorist threats within the country. An example of this was in April of 2014. There was someone who tried to enlist in the U.S. military. However, after investigation into his background, the Army Criminal Investigation Command terminated his enlistment. He then decided to join ranks with ISIS, stating that his #1 aspiration in life was to detonate a suicide bomb. However, the U.S. Army, in conjunction with the FBI, were able to design a sting operation which concluded with the apprehension of this man outside of Fort Riley Army Base in Kansas. So, although the Army stays busy protecting Americans and our freedoms at home, this does not hinder their humanitarian efforts abroad. The Army has many of these efforts in progress at this time, one of which is being carried out in Belgrade, Siberia, where our Army, along with contractors, will be building a 400 square meter child care center for disabled children. This is important because currently in this region, there are more than 300 disabled children who are unable to attend these centers due to lack of facilities. They plan to complete this project by early 2016, which will remedy that problem. So, in March, it was announced that the 48th Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Brigade would be deploying to Liberia in order to help bring back the troops who have been assisting with the Ebola outbreak that occurred. The U.S. Army will be bringing home all these troops. However, until the number of Ebola cases drops to 0, there will be some troops who will still remain there. And that just goes to show how, to what lengths the Army will go in order to protect other nations and preserve their stability, not just in America, but also internationally. Speaking of which, the U.S. Army has at least 900 bases internationally, and the placement of these bases helps preserve peace and stability of other regions. So I've discussed how the Army defends our nation and stabilizes other countries. However, it also looks after the people who make these missions possible. While serving in the military, I'm gaining valuable work experience that will help me transition to a life after the military. The money to pay for the course that I'm actually giving this speech for was provided by the Army, and I didn't have to pay a cent. The doctor's visits that my 2 children require are covered by the insurance program the Army provides for its members. And even after completion of my military service, my education will continue to be paid for in full. So, my dream is to provide my family with the brightest future possible. Obviously, as I stated, the Army is helping to do this, and the benefits that they give to me are helping to make this dream a reality. Due to the efforts of the U.S. Army, this country is a symbol of peace and freedom in the modern world. Focused not only on defending the nation from enemies on both sides of our borders, the Army continues to be one of the world leaders in conducting humanitarian efforts around the globe. To accomplish its missions, the Army ensures all of its personnel are adequately compensated, giving both educational and financial benefits to its service members. If you take one thing from this presentation, let it be this. We should all be grateful to the United States military. We are able to live in peace and comfort because of the lengths to which the Army goes in order to preserve freedom around the world. Thank you.